It's 1:15. I am full of cum 'cause you fucked my ass. What's up, Drew? Have you been listening to as much Lady Antebellum lately as me?
How long have you been holding on to that bad boy for?
I wrote it the other day.
Oh, I can't wait till Sunday when I can get this on the podcast.
Actually, I wrote it on the drive back from Tofino.
Oh, that's pretty good. Did you sing
Yeah.
it out loud where everybody in your family could hear you?
Yeah.
Oh. Did they divorce you?
It was not met without its opposition.
At least it didn't openly involve your father.
Well, that's the
Unless you were
thing.
singing
Because
it.
the first thing in my head, the last line was because I fucked my dad. But I didn't sing that one.
Say that out loud to your
To
dad.
my dad. I have not gone that far yet.
That's a ballsy maneuver. That is a real ballsy maneuver.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's out of the question in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I mean fucking my dad. But
Hey,
not yet.
Gotta nuke something.
I mean, look what he's wearing.
If he didn't want it, he wouldn't have worn that.
What was it? Oh, when we were watching Nitro and we saw Shane Douglas beating up women, I was like, look what she's wearing. Like, does that apply to hitting women in addition to raping them?
I think so.
I mean, you see, you see a bunch of women at, like, the slut march or whatever, and you just hit them all. I mean, look what they're wearing.
They're dressed like sluts.
Yeah, they're wearing those pussy hats.
Oh. Are they mermaid pussy hats?
Ooh.
I feel like those would go over your head and your full body. Because it was girthy.
Yeah. So, what? We haven't done this in more than 2 months.
Real hot dog down a hallway. Yeah, it's, I didn't think it was that long, but it's not like I've actively been like, no, we did one recently. I just sort of was like, oh, it was like a month ago.
Yeah, because, like, I was like, I think the last one we did was the one with Chris Goodwin.
Which secretly might have been my favorite one because of all of the racism that came out of Chris Goodwin's mouth.
Oh, it was such a treat.
Listening to him say the word "packy"
Such
made
a
me
treat.
so happy.
Yeah. And, yeah.
Because it's not a term here, but that's a term there.
It is. And it's when you're not supposed to say there.
Yeah, I know, but he did.
Oh, yeah.
He let us in on his country's greatest gift, the term "packy."
It is a fine one. And then, but you were like, well, we did that, like, no Nitro episode. After that, I'm like, nope, that was before. We have not done anything in over 2 months.
Well, it's hard to get the whole gang together, and by the whole gang, I mean
Two of
you
us.
and me.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's
super tough.
It's real. It's funny that like we started out with 4.
Yeah.
Plus, like we would get guests.
4 and guests sometimes.
Somewhat
yeah.
frequently. To now the point where it's just become 2 of us doing it on our own time.
Yeah.
One was not invited back. One has decided to not participate, and we don't like inviting people into our own personal world.
Yeah, this is our special time.
We could have got some people if we really tried, but who wants to try?
I mean, if we had guests on, we'd have to dress up.
Or get dressed.
Or
period.
get dressed,
Yeah.
is what I mean.
Yeah.
You have to close up shop, which is a fun new euphemism for jerking off.
That's what I've started calling.
Drew came up with
jerking
today.
off. Scott got here and he was waiting at the door and he was like,
for
yeah.
at least 7 minutes.
He's like, God, I waited forever. And I was like, sorry, I was
closing up shop.
Which I meant I was turning off my PS4 and like getting ready to go. But then when we came back, I hadn't even turned off my PS4.
So clearly you were jerking off.
I mean, Scott, you can get to whatever conclusion you want to get to, but I am not openly admitting that to you.
I feel like you were using my 6-foot iPhone charging cable that I left here last time I was here.
It was a cock ring. I used it as a cock ring. And a butt plug.
Ooh. Well, it is 6 feet long, so it's multi-use.
And I could choke myself with it.
And you could choke yourself while wearing a Batman costume.
It really is the most perfect sex toy.
That, you know what, guys? That's what Apple doesn't tell you. You can jerk off hard with a 6-foot iPhone cable.
Well, apparently we got an answer.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's been a while.
It's been a while. Remember Stain?
Been a while.
Aaron Lewis?
I do remember Stain because I watched a movie that it was featured in.
Death of Dick Long.
Yes.
That movie ruled.
So there was two things that got standing ovations. One was the reveal to his wife.
Yeah.
And the other one was them sitting in the living room listening to POD. And I just was like, this can't get any better.
It's too good. I don't want to spoil stuff. I do want everyone listening to go watch The Death of Dick Long. It's on every, like, streaming thing. It's on, like, iTunes, whatever the fuck. Torrents, free, whatever.
That's where I got it.
Yeah. I saw it at the film festival because I'm very cultured.
I can't believe that was in a film festival.
I
guess just because of the name value.
It was in, like, the alt category.
Sure. But the name value of the guy who did Swiss Army Man, so they were like, let's put this in.
Yeah. It was such a treat.
I didn't think the production value was that good, and I didn't think the acting was that good.
Well, like, there's, like, no name actors. Like, the biggest name actor is that fat blonde bitch.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them now?
I mean, that's what you call them always.
All right.
But yeah, I was definitely spreading the word at work.
Yeah.
And then realized, like, oh man, I'm telling people to watch a thing that I'm telling people to watch a thing that might only appeal to, like, my direct group of friends.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna judge me because there's some things in it that, oh boy.
The thing, yeah.
Actually, no. There was three, because there was one later
ovation?
on when he goes to the place and he, like, starts taking his shirt off, and I was like,
yes,
oh,
yes,
please.
Yeah, the thing with the movie is it's completely unmarketable.
Yes, but like
which is such a shame.
The trailer for the movie
gives you
literally nothing.
Yeah.
So it appears that it's just a crime drama.
Yes,
and then
or a crime drama with some jokes in it.
Yeah, like lighthearted crime drama.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. But yeah, man, it really took
the reveal
180 real quick.
Because, like, I'm not spoiling anything because it's in the title. Dick Long dies. That's the inciting incident of the movie. And the reveal halfway through is just such a delight.
It's beautiful.
It might be a perfect movie.
That was the best acting of the whole movie, was between him and his wife.
Yes.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Everything else was whatever. Like, the thing is, like, I enjoyed the movie because I was building my anticipation to the reveal.
Yes.
You know, like, I was like, hey, this might be moving a little slow.
Because you had me spoil it for you.
Because I didn't think I was going to watch
it. Because I had just seen it at the festival, and then, unbeknownst to either of us, it came on streaming, like, the next week.
Yeah. But I downloaded it, like, the next day. And I was like, because, like, as soon as you told me what the reveal was, I was like, well, now I'm gonna watch it. Like, if you had said, like, oh, you know, like, this was just, like, and then this happened.
I hope loyal listeners will be able to figure out what the reveal is just from how we're talking about it.
And just from knowing us.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Like, it is clearly something that we are into.
Like, what makes Drew give a standing ovation?
Yeah. By himself at 11:30 at night. And just stand up and applaud the
just
television.
Orson Welles.
Actually, I watched it in the kitchen on the computer.
Nice.
Because I just downloaded it, and I was like, wow, I put it on the hard drive, move on. No,
what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Get it from the kitchen to my room? Yeah. Forget it.
So I just, like... And then I was the anticipation towards the end, and I was just so like, oh, please, come on, yes. And like I was like, oh, I can't believe it's going here, and I was like, Argh! Like, I don't think I've been this excited for a movie, like something dumb in a movie in a long time
since Pottersville.
Pottersville wasn't even good.
No,
Pottersville was bad.
It was bad.
I mean, maybe Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Was like the last one that I was that excited about something happening. But yeah, it's a real treat. Do yourself a favor. Find it.
Yeah.
Find it and watch it.
This episode is brought to you by The Death of Dick Long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What else do you see? What else is good?
I mean,
I've only seen
35.
I've only seen 35 to 40 movies at two film festivals since we last recorded, so I have nothing to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, Kelly and I saw The Lighthouse last night. You saw it at the festivals.
I saw it at 2 festivals. Look at me.
It was enjoyable, but I feel like I don't need to see it again.
It's pretty wild. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it too. I don't know. I think I liked The Witch better.
I did. I like this way better than The Witch.
I don't know, The Witch, because, like, you weren't really paying attention to any of the dialogue in The Witch because it's Old English. And at least this one had, like, fucking dumb accents, but you could at least understand
It's
most
a little...
of them.
Yeah, that was 1600s. This is late 1800s, around 19... Yeah, turn of the century. Yeah.
Yeah.
They... You know, they like, built the actual lighthouse. It wasn't an existing lighthouse.
Yeah, I think I heard something.
That's crazy.
About
like
that.
They built a functioning lighthouse.
And I mean, it was filmed on film stock.
Yes.
And it was filmed on some kind of, like, obscure, like, not used that commercially, even when film stock was a thing, type of film that, like, has some kind of, like, metallic look to it. So, like, that's why their faces had such harsh shadow lines, and, like, their eyes have this, like, metallic-y look to them.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it was something that hadn't been used since like the Nosferatu years, you know.
Wow.
Like, it was like really, really old, and then they developed like a new style of it. And at first, because like when I went, like we saw it just like regular theater, regular showing.
Did you talk to the director afterwards?
I did not.
Oh, I did.
Is he as weird in person as his movies are?
Super chill guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Did he vape?
He looked like he
was
vaped.
he wearing a toque? Indoors
in
summer.
Actually, he and Bo Burnham were having a chat afterwards, and I inserted myself into it.
Nice.
I was like, "Hey, I like both of you.
You guys are in my wheelhouse.
You want to be pen pals?" Also, Bo Burnham is 7'3". He's the tallest person I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
It's ridiculous.
He looks tall.
Yeah.
But when Kelly and I saw it last night, people definitely walked out 20 minutes in, and I think because they probably thought
they
it was
wanted
like
a straight horror movie. Yeah,
you know, not in black and white, not in the 4:3 framing.
Yeah,
you know, like I think they definitely thought it was something more than it was, and even like the people sitting in front of us was like a couple of like, I don't know, they were like 16, 17-year-olds.
Yeah,
and like the whole
that's a lot of 17-year-olds. That's fun for everyone.
Well, I'm done talking. You can continue on with your. But I could definitely tell that like they weren't enjoying it.
It wasn't what they came for.
But they didn't leave
because they were polite.
Or just like
polite
like,
17.
Oh, maybe this is gonna change like more than halfway through, and then it
doesn't. But
like they definitely were not like into it. I don't think.
Were they like fucking and sucking?
No. They like.
Did anyone's like head go down?
I don't know that it's really a give your boyfriend or girlfriend.
I don't know. From my two experiences at it, I beg to differ.
Really?
I definitely gave my boyfriend head during, at least in Toronto, but maybe in Vancouver. What?
I didn't think that he was that kind.
What? Getting a blowjob?
Yeah, I thought he was more of the giving.
Wait, does a bottom not even get blowjobs?
I don't think so.
The bottom never gets their dick touched?
I think a lot of them are like...
What a bummer.
I mean, we'd have to...
Literally.
That one I approve. We'd have to...
Last one was good.
We'd have to consult with noted information David Lynch gives us. Because he was the one that informed us about blacks. We were like, well, there's no black bottoms. And he was like, not in my experience.
That's right.
And we're like, what?
Shout out David Lynch. Not that one, the other one.
Yeah, not that one. The other one that's weird, too. But we'd have to find out our information about...
That's right.
From what I understand... Is that, like, they're mostly...
like, I know...
Giving the pleasure.
Sure, like, the fucking, sure. But, man, you don't even get your knob slobbed.
Like corn on the cob?
Can you imagine having a podcast and not talking about gay sex? Imagine the very idea of it.
You know, this actually ended up...
We got further than we thought we did.
This actually ends up working out really well that Kelly and Dan both aren't involved anymore, because it's not a thing either one of them would even joke about, let alone talk about it in a serious manner.
Kelly because he's homophobic, Dan because he's gay.
Dan because he's in the closet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's as far as because like I definitely, one of my coworkers and like one of the other instructors that I work with very closely is definitely a bottom, and like I don't think he's interested in getting anything.
Nothing.
No, I think he's all about just like being the girl. You know.
That's true. Girls never get their penises touched in the relationship,
no.
So I guess that makes sense.
And I think in the trans community, there's a lot of male to female trans that like it's like off limits. Like this is not something I want, so you do not get to touch it.
Yeah,
you know, they're just a hole.
True, true.
So,
unlike Nyla Rose, who will plow you.
I mean, and I'm not going to say it on podcast.
Say it!
But the thing I said to you, I think is very true. Like, I don't think you can... God, I can't say...
It's so close. No, get it out. Get it out. No. You'll feel better.
I've already been in trouble enough for saying things that I can't say. Because, like, I know some of the people that listen to this, and I don't want to get in trouble, like, later on.
Oh, no, I know. But at the time, it'll feel good.
I've already said it once to you off mic, so I'm not going to say it out loud. But just, like, I feel that that's very true.
Yes.
That if you're gonna... then you're just a... You know?
For further details, please DM Drew.
Yeah, if you send me a DM asking me for specifics...
You will get them.
I will tell you the answer.
In more detail than you would have expected.
But I'm not going to say it out loud for the public to hear. Yeah. I hope in a couple weeks, or like next week or whatever, I get messages from people. You know what? I'll be kind of sad if you don't get messages.
I hope you get a couple. I really hope you get a couple.
Yeah. I will definitely let you know if I get messages.
Please forward them all to me.
I will forward messages to you. Or just send a Facebook message to both of us.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to forward you all the mail nudes I've been receiving.
Please don't.
Because I inadvertently... Well, not inadvertently, but like... I dared people on the Twitch stream.
You said, like, do it, you coward. You
won't. And then a few did.
These are all furries or just gamers?
Sometimes...
Or both?
Sometimes one, sometimes both.
Oh, interesting. I do not know if I would ever need to see either.
No, they're interesting.
Are they in costume? Are there SPHs?
There haven't been any in costume. I know.
Then look, what are they doing?
I know!
Although, I guess there'd have to be both, because I was thinking in my head, like, oh, but SPHs are probably, like, for the butt. But then I was like, yeah, but how would you get...
No, both.
Yeah, so
front and back.
It's obviously both.
Front and back. Front and back. SPH strategically placed holes for those...
Not in the know.
Yeah.
Although you should be in the know if you're friends with either of us or listening to
us.
And
if you unless this is your first episode.
Unless this is your first ever exposure to Scott Henson, then you are in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Because that's something that's been in conversations and...
A lot.
Like, all the time. Like, I believe it was in my review of Midsummer. The bear costume, but no SPH.
No SPH.
Negative 5 stars.
That's right. Also, shout out to the guy. I should have got his name. Maybe he's told me his name before and I forgot. I apologize. He was a nice guy. Came out to me at the last 3-2-1 battle show I was at.
Or out to?
Out. What?
Came out to you at the last.
He came out to me at the last show. And said he loves the podcast. I actually had a couple people say they love the podcast and are you doing more? And I said regrettably yes.
Regrettably yes, but it'll be several months in between.
It'll be a minute. Well, I think
you're listening to this one. We're not going to do another one until January. So
yeah. Well, because we actually hung out shortly after that, but then we didn't record that day, which also ruined Jimmy Starbucks' life. I don't know if you saw that post. But,
I did not.
Yeah, he was very upset.
Well, why? Because he had to sit in his car and listen to silence.
To I don't know to the Kenny Loggins XM channel. I bet he's got one.
I feel like what we just need to do is that every one of our friends that is sad and depressed and relies on this podcast for life, we should just make them they should just abandon their families, abandon their lives, and just move up here.
Yeah.
And we'll all live in a house together.
And we'll record it more often.
Record them more often.
We'll record it once every 6 weeks instead of once
every 9 weeks.
Yeah, but shout out to that guy who he was like, I love the podcast. I was on a long drive with my girlfriend and she fell asleep and he's like, all right, time for Daddy to shine, and puts the podcast on. And I think it was our 2 episodes ago. And then his girlfriend woke up during, I guess, I don't know what we're talking about, but one of the worst parts of the podcast, which by our standards is probably bad.
It's probably anything not wrestling related.
Yeah.
all of the preamble, all of the post-amble are all horrible things.
Yeah, so she woke up during us saying something invariably terrible and was horrified, and the dude was like so delighted at this, and then I was equally delighted. So, shout out if you're watching, and find me next show and remind me your name. I'm sorry, but you're
Bart.
cool. Let's go, until further notice, you're Bart.
Or Bort.
Or Bort.
Bort.
My son is also named Bort.
It's a common name. I know several Borts. Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Liverpool. Are we just naming British cities?
Bort Liverpool.
Newcastle. Bort Newcastle upon Tyne.
That's not bad.
It's a pretty cool name. I named my kid that.
I wish more people knew who Bort Manchester was, but I just remember when I revealed it to Dave and he was so sad. Do you remember that?
Yep.
He was so sad about it because he'd been bragging to his wife for like months.
Yeah. For those who don't know...
Don't spoil it because I might do it again. And only Turner...
As Bort?
Only Turner knows.
All right, fine. Anyway, follow the 3-2-1 battle Twitch.
And you'll see. I feel like there's a lot's gone down in our lives since we've done more episodes. Neither one of us has wrestled.
No.
Neither one of us has had a match since July.
Correct. Since my birthday.
Same with one Caden Telbane.
Yep.
Also has not had a match.
Yep.
He will not be wrestling again for the rest of his life.
I don't know.
At least the rest of the year.
Sure.
You also possibly not the rest of the year.
I think I'm going to come back in January.
I will be making my failed attempt at a comeback
next week,
which I am not mentally prepared for at all. I didn't even think about it until I woke up this morning.
Oh, wait a minute. I have to wrestle.
I'm like, oh yeah, like I guess in like 6 days I'm wrestling again. Like, oh, fuck.
It's fine. It's a girl.
I feel like I'm in...
I was very clever with the booking. I was like, put him against a girl. Ease back into it.
I mean...
Because you only have to work 77% as hard.
Here's the thing. I know I might get flack for this, but I like her, and I think she's one of the better females we use.
Yep. No, I agree.
Wrestling-wise,
yeah.
I think she's one of the better females, so I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with this.
There's a reason I put her in yours and the other not in yours.
I mean, I would be fine with wrestling the other one.
She's fine too, but I think she's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, she's better.
Yeah.
And also, like... a lot easier.
Easier to body slam. For reasons unexplained. Alright. Kelly's here, and we haven't started talking about Nitro yet.
He's gonna be so mad.
I mean, you did...
He's gonna be so
You
mad.
did tell him, didn't you? Like, we're gonna be an hour.
I said we're gonna be going at 4:30, and he's here at 4, so...
But did you say we're gonna be podcasting until 4:30?
I didn't actually specifically say podcasting. I just said, like...
You definitely should have said that.
Well, I said we're doing a podcast, but we're not watching... or I didn't think we were watching Nitro, but then we did. And then I said, okay, I'll head over around 4. And I said, do you want to go to Wings or not? Because we were thinking about going to Wings at 4:30, was my conversation with him.
Yeah, no, you did a bad job explaining what was happening.
Now we get to deal with the repercussions of an angry Kelly Summers. So.
Well, great.
I'm also wearing too many layers.
You are wearing too many layers. Alright, well, Drew's letting Kelly in the house. It's debatable whether we're going to keep this in or just cut it and record the rest later. We'll see what happens when Kelly comes in. Please stay tuned. And by stay tuned, I mean just keep waiting with me, because I'm not pausing it. I'm not doing anything. Just sitting here waiting for something to happen. What do you think's going to happen? Write in. Give us a call.
909-9900.
1-900-909-9900.
I liked watching the 100 Tom.
1-800-TOM 100-TOM.
Watching Halloween Havoc 94, it had like the phone number, like for the WCW hotline. I tried calling it, nothing happens.
That's a shame.
It
doesn't
even connect to a number. Like,
are there any 900 numbers left?
I don't know.
Are there like sex chat lines?
Probably.
You've reached Halloween Havoc hotline in the sport of professional wrestling.
There are many factors in the game between Cincinnati, T.
want to know this is costing me money?
Well, here's the thing. Scott and I were talking about inappropriate things that you will not be a fan of. So let's move on.
All right.
I feel like
It's just gay shit. It's nothing bad.
let's just finish this one and we'll do the Mount Rushmore thing on our own time.
Okay.
So that we can get this done and go eat food.
Kelly might have Mount Rushmore opinions.
Well, Scott and I have been talking like last time
because we talked about the Mount Rushmore of people who should be dead.
Yeah, like wrestlers who are still alive that should
But
be
Drew
dead,
also
right?
proposed Mount Rushmore of just the worst wrestlers.
Oh, I see.
But we kind of...
But, like,
so,
full-time.
yeah, full-time mainstream guys who, like, actually actively worked. Right? Because there's lots of, like, one-offs, like, other athletes or, like...
Like Jenna Maraska.
Yeah,
and,
or, like, you know...
shit like that.
Tyson Fury's having a match, but he's not actually a wrestler, you know?
I hear he's killing it in the performance.
Apparently he's not doing too bad. But because I was thinking, like... Because we watched Nitro and Luger was on it, and we were like, "Oh, Luger's on that like the Mount Rushmore should be dead." Like
Luger should have died.
He should have died.
Like absolutely, he should be on that. But then I was like, "Well, who's
And also could be on the Mount Rushmore of worst wrestlers.
maybe he's in the conversation?" But I feel like there's guys.
There's probably guys worse.
Yeah.
Because like there's lots of really bad guys who got like mainstream.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince has pushed a lot of bad guys.
Yeah.
But there's just been a lot of bad guys in general. Like,
There should also... I've been thinking about the Mount Rushmore of mid-2000s tall guys.
Oh, God,
like
yeah.
Luther Reigns,
Yeah.
Matt Morgan,
Tyson
Tomko,
yeah.
and Bam Neely. There you go.
You're a big fan of Bam Neely.
I don't think I've seen
I feel-
him once.
I feel like you bring him up a lot. Just because you saw the name once and you were like,
the
this guy sounds dumb.
The name tickles me just
He
right.
was like 7 foot, but he was Chavo's manager in ECW for like 4 weeks or something.
I never saw him. I saw the name. I knew he was big.
I'm gonna find you a goddamn picture,
And
and then you're gonna be like, Bam.
Nope.
Bam.
That's where he got his name from.
He's a real Kenny Dykstra.
Oh, God.
Bam fucking Neely was... Oh, that's not even the guy I was thinking of. I was thinking of Jackson Andrews, who was Tyson Kidd's
he was
manager.
a person too.
Was
was he very tall?
He was very tall. This is Bam Neely.
All right.
Because he looks like Bam Bam Bigelow, and
was he ever anything besides that? He never had another gimmick in like a major promotion, right?
Justin Bruce Rochelot.
Ooh, a
Frenchman. I don't think so, man. I think he was just a... He was Bam Neely, he was Hellfire, he was Hellraiser Guts.
Hellraiser Guts, you say?
Magnus Maximus. He was trained by OVW, so like, yeah, he was really
just an OVW
just
guy
OVW
who got
guy.
a shot. It didn't work out, and that was that.
He was out of the business by 2010.
Yeah.
No, the other one I was thinking of was Jackson Andrews, who was...
Was it spelled stupid?
No, it was just spelled
It was regular.
but
It wasn't a bunch of X's.
No, that's Jackson Riker.
That is Jackson Riker.
He was Tyson Kidd's manager in WWE for a while, but like, yeah, he was a monster of a man.
Jesus,
like he was like 7 foot, like he was like legit.
I've also never seen him.
The other Bam Neely was like 6'8" maybe, or 6'7" or something. This dude was 6'11".
Yeah, I remember.
And he trained at Booker T.
Him being
school.
very tall.
And he was in and out of wrestling started in 2009 and was done in 2011.
Nice. Good career.
Yeah.
Speaking of good short careers, apparently...
Was engaged to Rosa Mendez at one point.
Oh, and then saw that she hadn't had the bottom surgery yet?
Anyways.
Apparently don't be an American Ninja Warrior and get into wrestling.
Yeah.
0 for 2.
I heard the only reason she left, though, is because she wanted to have a family and she didn't like the idea of being on the road all the time. And then her and Ricochet broke up because he was like, well, I'm too far in now, can't get out. Like, this is my life, see ya. So...
I thought you meant too far in her.
Oh, I mean, he is partially colored, so...
He is half...
I bet you...
Someone colored him in halfway.
I bet you his wiener is like when the skin comes back, the top is white, but the skin is black, you know? So, like... Anyways.
Maybe it's mottled white and black, like a horse.
Gross.
Spotted.
Yeah.
A bit of spotted dick.
Spotted dick.
Yeah.
Let's blast through Nitro and then do Mount Rushmore.
I mean,
You've got like time to think.
honestly, nothing happened on this. Nitro.
It was a bad show.
It was a completely irrelevant Nitro.
Yeah.
We had. I'm gonna glaze over the Natural Born Thriller stuff.
Also, my eyes will glaze over.
Yes. And I'm gonna glaze your donut. The Natural Born Thrillers were in like
they're
15 segments
they're
in this
horrible.
fucking show, and everything.
The fucking SOL joke. I hate it so much.
SOL, and then they like laugh like
It's
dumb.
SOL. You know what that means. It's fuck. I hate them.
Like it must have been some dumb thing that Nash said at some point.
It was,
and then they just like picked
it was
up.
when Nash was their coach, and then they just kept doing it every show. It wasn't funny once.
No, it's not. So their opening segment was Sanders making 2 matches, Booker Luger for the title. They showed Alex Wright and Disco winning the tag titles in Germany, and then Disco got hurt, but nothing was ever shown.
Yeah, but apparently did get hurt winning the titles.
Yeah.
And also Alex Wright winning titles in Germany.
Yeah,
something you would never see today.
No, because you
in
don't.
WWE.
You can't win in your hometown.
Absolutely
you
not.
got to be like Bayley, where you lose in your hometown every time you're in your hometown.
Yeah, I love that in the recent like Bayley and Charlotte stuff. Charlotte won in Bayley's hometown, and then like in 2 weeks, Bayley won in Charlotte's hometown. Just to ensure that everyone leaves angry.
Yeah, of course. Don't make the fans happy.
Yeah,
you got to make them sad. So
you gotta build heat.
Yeah, got to give them sympathy. So the first match was Jamie Noble versus Yang. It was pretty good.
It was fun. It was like
ending was dumb. Like always,
but I'm never gonna complain about a 3 to 5 minute. No psychology
with any one of those
WCW
guys.
Cruiser
with
match.
any of those dudes.
They always do some fun stuff. And this was our first time seeing Jamie Noble as Jamie Noble wrestle, right? This is the first match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because last time he just made the save for Evan Courageous, but
yeah.
he was wearing the mask still.
Right. Yeah.
But this was the first time in his gear, no mask, as Jamie Noble.
His
not
gear
Jamie
that you
Song.
did not remember at all.
Do you remember him wearing purple and black?
I remember the long blue tights.
I remember the blue, but I don't remember the purple. But this guy says he remembers
I think I remember a purple, because I definitely had him in No Mercy, and I think he had a blue, and I think he had a purple. Like
definitely remember the purple, and then I remember all of his Ring of Honor gear, but I don't remember the purple.
All his like John Deere, and then the General Lee
ones, yeah, because he's from West Virginia.
Country Road,
what a faggot. What are you doing? After this, we get the first of 2 horrible Rick Steiner Battle Dome related things on the show.
A lot of Terry Crews on the show.
This was just Rick Steiner at Battle Dome.
Is Terry Crews the most successful person on this show?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I would say he's the most successful.
If Ric Flair had saved his money, maybe.
I mean, I'm sure Sting's got some money.
Sting's probably got some money.
Oh, Sting wasn't on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner talked about him.
Yeah, Goldberg maybe? Goldberg's probably got good money.
Goldberg's probably got money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, between money and movies and TV and sports and...
America's Got Talent. The
and
number one show of the summer.
I bet you he makes good money for that.
I bet you he does.
I bet you he makes really good money for that. Who did he replace?
He replaced...
Ryan Seacrest?
Tyra Banks.
Ugh, barf.
Who sucked.
Barf.
And she replaced Nick Cannon because Nick Cannon talks shit about NBC on his comedy special.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah, now he does Masked
And
Singer,
and now,
which I definitely don't watch.
And does he still dress like a Svengali?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
What's with the turban?
He thinks he's...
Magic?
Ethnically...
A genie.
Diverse.
Is he a genie?
He could be a genie.
Should he wish himself to not have lupus?
He is lupus.
Or something. Something like that. Should he wish himself...
Asperger's?
I don't think he has Asperger's. Also, P.S. Asperger's is not like a diagnosed thing anymore. Like...
So you're fine.
I'm fine. I'm great.
So you don't have autism anymore?
No, I just have full autism. I don't have
okay.
Asperger's. But yeah, apparently, like, they haven't, like, no doctor has diagnosed Asperger's since, like, 2012.
The year of our Lord.
The year of our Lord.
Interesting.
Because, yeah, because a lot of people are just like, oh, I'm rude and bad socially. I guess I have a disease. No, you just suck.
What if Asperger's was just a way to prevent people from getting into heaven for 2012, and then when 2012 didn't happen, they were like, well,
oh, we don't need this
fuck
anymore.
it, I guess.
We all knew this was bullshit, right? There's no light version of a disease. There's no autism light. There's no Down syndrome light.
Well,
is there?
No, I don't think so.
I think either you look like that or you don't.
Okay, sorry.
You know that song, She's Got the Look? Is that about Down syndrome?
I think you've used that joke before.
Damn
I'm pretty sure you've used that before.
I think I just sent it to you on Telegram. P.S.
Maybe.
Guys, if you're using WhatsApp or some other bullshit messenger service,
ICQ,
ICQ, switch to Telegram. It is the #1 messaging service of furries and ISIS.
And furry ISIS.
I want
to see if ICQ has a phone app.
I hope it does. And if it does, hit me up on my ICQ number, 6430308.
It exists.
Sick.
It exists. You can download it. It says ICQ, video chat, and free messaging.
Guys, hit me up.
Okay. I mean, it's got 10 million downloads according to this.
That's pretty good.
Anyways, what I was gonna say is, how did we not discuss Peanut Butter Falcon?
I know.
I did not know it was about that.
Wrestling and Down syndrome.
I had heard about it. I knew that Shia LaBeouf was in it. I didn't know it was about a Down syndrome wrestler.
Everyone in my Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Everyone in my Twitch chat kept telling me to watch.
Has been calling you Peanut Butter Falcon?
No, they were telling me to watch it.
Is that his wrestling name?
I hope so.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It's got to be something.
It's about a Down syndrome guy who runs away from home to go pursue his dreams of becoming a professional wrestler. And then he meets like Shia LaBeouf, who's like his buddy, and then there's a bunch of shitty wrestlers in the movie. Like Jake Roberts and Mick Foley.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was about that. In other words, I would have gone and seen it the
I didn't
day
for a while,
it
but
came out.
then I found out.
Is it a family movie?
I think it's like a feel-good, like,
it's probably rated
indie movie.
It's probably
or
rated
something,
PG.
You know? But
yeah.
How did we not know?
Yeah, we got to get on that.
My two favorite things.
Wrestling, mental diseases.
Oh, I meant Shia LaBeouf and Down syndrome.
Oh, sure. Those are good.
I don't like wrestling. Wrestling's for losers. Same with race car driving.
Man, Drew is so anti-Ford versus Ferrari, it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
We saw it last night and I was booing the trailer.
To be fair, I had a good laugh at... I had a good giggling to myself when we were watching it.
In the movie?
In Ford versus Ferrari?
Yeah. When we watched the preview.
I don't remember what you said.
You don't remember it?
No.
What was
With,
that one?
Henry Ford II.
All he did was just change the Gerald Ford thing from The Simpsons to Henry Ford.
But I couldn't finish it because I thought it was too funny. I started laughing.
Do you like donuts? Do you like nachos?
And football.
I believe I got as far as, "Hi, I'm Henry Ford." That was it. I lost it on it.
It's so dumb.
And I heard you also enjoyed In the Lighthouse where they almost kissed and then fought each other.
Oh, yeah. We were waiting for it.
Or when Robert Pattinson came and then you just leaned over to me and you're like, that's what happens when I finish too.
Yeah, after crying afterwards. That's what it
Just
is.
collapsing and crying.
Yeah.
After jerking off to a mermaid statuette.
Yeah.
Spoilers, guys. Robert Pattinson jerks off to a mermaid statuette.
Spoiler alert, there's a mermaid vagina in it.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
It is pretty
I
sweet.
really wish the mermaid was real. That would have been the greatest reveal.
Yes.
That it was like, oh no, he's actually been having
This
sex
is
with
all
this mermaid
100%
the whole time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing. Like everything else was like not real reality.
was fucking that
but the
mermaid.
mermaid
Yeah.
was real. That
Remember, this is the only real thing about
I like
it.
that. There's no lighthouse.
no lighthouse, no Willem Dafoe.
Just mermaids.
Just mermaids.
I like that. I should have asked my good friend Robert Eggers that.
You sure? Or Bo Burnham?
I'll-
Maybe Bo knew. Bo knows best.
Bo knows best.
Anyways,
Bo knows football. Bo
There-
knows baseball. Bo knows Burnham.
Bo knows the lighthouse. Back to Nitro so we can get through this dumb shit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we were doing that for a minute.
There's more bad Battle Dome where like Rick Steiner was at Battle Dome and him and Terry Crews got into a fight.
Yeah.
Terry Crews took off his glove and knocked him out with
Yeah.
a real punch. So then,
I forgot there was a part of Battle Dome where they wore boxing gloves.
who knows? I don't remember watching it. I don't think I did.
I think I watched a couple.
I think I knew what it was but didn't care. It was on UPN, right?
It was UPN.
Ugh.
Underpaid Negroes.
Yeah. Then there was a dumb...
Not Terry Crews, though. He got paid.
He got paid. There was a dumb Jarrett Flares promo where Jarrett was saying he was the one that knocked up Sting. Or no, that he...
What?
He wasn't the one
I
that
think you're
knocked...
saying Stacy, not Sting. I know it sounded like
Yeah.
Sting.
He wasn't the one that knocked
fuck
up Stacy,
Sting.
but Stacy tried to sleep with him.
Yeah.
Like, she offered and I said no, but she did try because she's a whore. Then
I'm reverse Me Tooing her.
Yeah, and then he guitared David. Cool.
Yeah.
Then we got a Team Canada promo, which prompted...
Where they changed all the booking because Disco's.
Because, yeah. But it prompted us to say, even though we watched that Nitro, we were like, wait, why did Major Guns turn again? And we're
Yeah,
like,
no reason was given.
yeah, like there literally was no real reason other than just
like she was literally, I said, she was a hostage / sex slave.
Yeah.
And then just joined. So it was just Stockholm, I guess.
Florence Nightingale syndrome.
Florence Nightingale syndrome. What is Florence Nightingale syndrome?
Where
is it a thing?
Fall in love with your nurse? I don't know.
Of course.
I'm just
silly of me to ask.
I'm just calling Stockholm syndrome Florence Nightingale syndrome. Like, I don't know what it actually is. Like, Florence Nightingale was just a nurse, right?
Yeah.
Like, so fall in love with your nurse, I guess. I don't know. Like,
Your
what else would
your
it be?
nurse who's keeping you captive.
Yeah. So Alex Wright has to have a new partner to defend the titles tonight because Sanders is a corrupt commissioner. So he picks Alex Wright's partner. So he picks Elix Skipper to face Palumbo and Stasiak for the tag titles. But in, like, kayfabe terms, it doesn't make any sense because, like, the Natural Born Throwers aren't feuding with Team Canada. Elix Skipper is, like, a young athletic wrestler.
Yeah.
So if you want your team to beat
Skipper's
Alex...
a heel.
Right. And he's a heel. So, like, if you want your team to beat Alex Wright for the tag titles, then why wouldn't you make it, like, fucking Ralphus or something?
Yeah.
Like, pick somebody who's a shitty fat schlub or, like, a legend who's in his, like, 50s or something.
Doug Dillinger.
Doug Dillinger. Perfect. But anyways, so the match was bad. And had dumb bullshit interference, like always.
Did any match not have dumb bullshit interference? 2 for 2.
Kiwi Goldberg and didn't have any.
No, there's no time.
But there's no time.
So besides Goldberg, everything had interference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, everything else did.
Yeah.
There was also only 7 matches on this Nitro, which
two of which were 1 minute squashes.
1 minute squashes. So yeah, the match was bad. The finish was the Filthy Animals running interference and costing Wright and Skipper the tag titles, which like...
And then I'm like, oh, so the Filthy Animals are going to feud with Alex Wright and hurt Disco, but I guess Disco's not that hurt because I set up a pay-per-view.
Later, yeah, they reveal it later, so maybe it was just like...
I gotta miss one
Disco
show.
had to miss it for some reason or something.
Yeah. Or he missed his flight back from Germany or something stupid.
Maybe. He was trying to have sex with underage girls, probably. It sounds like something Disco would do. After this, there was a hilarious Man-Cow related thing where Jimmy Hart and 3 Count were cutting a promo, because Jimmy Hart's been doing those promos where he challenges like local radio DJs to fights or whatever. So in the middle of doing that, Man-Cow just runs in with a garbage can fully extended in front of him.
Hits all 3 of them in the face.
Hits all 3 of them in the face.
Everyone goes down.
That was pretty fucking good. But the rest of it was nothing. We come back from commercial, and this is the second half of the dumb Battle Dome bullshit, where they're all front row, and security's trying to get them to leave.
Rick Steiner comes
Rick Steiner comes out and cuts a promo.
That's a mushmouth promo.
I mean, he's been just listening to his brother.
Yeah.
He's carrying the Battle Dome title, which looks stupid. It's massive.
It's massive and real shiny.
It's like bigger than the Lucha Underground...
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there's anything as big as that title.
I don't know. It was pretty huge. But he pretty much says, like, you want some, come get some. So Terry Crews gets in the ring. They, like, brawl around a little bit.
Steiner punches him in the face.
Steiner punched him so fucking hard in the face. Like, the first punch was just like a straight jab right in the face.
Yeah.
And then Terry Crews holds him down. The rest of the Battle Dome guys get in, kick him. Terry Crews kicks him square in the dick, which must
100% is retaliation.
Must have been payback for the face punch. Absolutely. And then, like, take the title. Security comes down. They break them up. Whatever. Then... Okay, this was a turning point in the history of WCW and Nitro for us, where Scott and I straight up realized how much we hate Kevin Nash. Because Kevin Nash has spent the greater part of a decade trying to ruin wrestling.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes he's really funny. Yeah. But like he is just a scumbag.
Other stuff aside, he is a funny and charming guy.
Yeah.
But he's also the worst.
He's also tried to make wrestling not realistic for his entire career.
Yeah.
He's done everything he can to make everyone hate wrestling. Because he comes in, he starts throwing out insider terminology right off the bat.
Yeah, he's throwing out gimmick. He's throwing out...
I think...
Gimmick was Chronic.
Chronic threw out gimmick.
Yeah, in some backstage bullshit.
But, like, oh, God, he goes up to fit.
Yeah, Alex Wright was looking for a partner. and he goes up to Chronic, and they're like, "How much money you got? You know the gimmick.
You know the gimmick."
And we're like, "Fuck you,
Fuck you."
Do a pile driver, Brian Adams.
Hey, there's one thing I can say about Brian Adams' pile drivers. It's safe, and you're not gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But just he comes up to Tiffet, and he's just like trying so hard to be like cool and whatever. And he says, get the natural one throwers to the ring because like I got myself a partner and whatever. So he comes to the ring.
Yeah.
And he starts cutting a promo on the Natural Run Thrillers about how, like, oh, you're just going to hand them the titles. We're like, I'm challenging you guys for the titles, and I got a partner.
And then, this is the go home for the pay-per-view.
This is go home for the pay-per-view. And then the Natural Run Thrillers music plays, and Nash starts, like, mockingly, like,
the goofiest.
it's mocking their theme music while making a dumb fucking face.
And, like, it's supposed to be, like, it's not supposed to be a joke. Like, they're mad at each other.
Yeah.
And Nash is just completely fucking around.
Nash doesn't know how to be serious.
No.
He just knows how to be like a goofball asshole.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's in the ring just like mocking their music the whole time it's playing. They all run down to fight, whatever. In comes, it's me, it's Mr. P. And
they call me Mr. P.
I was...
That's P-E-E. That's where Sidney Poitier just loves water sports.
He's into golden showers. What was I say? I said something about him that I was using that like... Oh, I was just to myself while I was making like food in the kitchen. I was going, they call me Mr. Niggs.
What was the dumb thing I was laughing about? Oh, I replaced the word Slim Shady in the real Slim Shady with Bruce Jenner, and I thought it was really funny.
That's so dumb, but that's so good.
I'm Bruce Jenner. Yes, I'm the real Jenner. You're the Bruce Jenner. It's like, and it's sung by a man,
of course.
So like.
Okay, after that beatdown, whatever, Nash and DDP challenge for the tag titles for the pay-per-view.
Oh, is this when they're the
inside?
They have not been named that yet.
Yeah. But they did say something really funny of, this, like, because they grabbed the tag titles afterwards and were, like, holding them up when they cut the promo, and DDP said something like, this is what it looks like when a couple of the old boys win the tag titles, and I said, this is what it looks like when a couple of old guys won't get out of the way for the new young guys to get pushed, which is 100% what it was. Mm-hmm. So then the next match was, Sting, what do I keep saying, Sting?
I don't know. You're obsessed with Sting.
No, I keep reading Storm, and I keep saying Sting.
There's like Steiner, there's Storm, there's all these STs. It's too much.
Storm and Hacksaw versus Ming and General Erection, which we thought was going to be great and was dog shit. There was like, and like the weirdest part about the match,
Face in Peril Ming.
What? Because
right?
Because General Erection and Storm is like
they're the actual
part
feud
of the storyline.
So the hot take has to be Erection.
But like they just beat up Ming the whole time.
The idea of getting
Meng.
Heat on Ming.
Yeah. But I said to Scott, like, could you imagine if Ming was born 20 years later and got into shoot fighting?
Oh.
Like,
it'd be interesting.
He would be a fucking monster.
It would be
like, I bet you now at, like, what is he, like 55 maybe?
Yeah.
I bet you he could still beat up a lot of dudes.
Oh,
he
probably.
some Bellator freak fights.
Like, I bet you he's still tougher than most guys in MMA.
Sure.
But like, now I really want that. Like, we need a new Ming. But
Kelly, don't touch that cable. Drew fucked it.
The match was literally nothing. Like, there wasn't anything redeeming in the match at all.
There was a bunch of interference, a really shitty schoolboy by Erection on Hacksaw.
Where Hacksaw barely tried to kick out.
Yeah.
Then
Hacksaw flailed like an old man battling cancer.
Ooh. But he already battled cancer.
I think he got it.
Maybe he did all of his kicking out against cancer, and now he can't kick out in matches. It's all used up. He's got 0 kickouts left.
That's fair.
Better not get cancer again. So then the next match was Sanders is wrestling Kiwi at the pay-per-view. Now I'm going to say Kiwi for a reason. He's wrestling
because
Kiwi
more people on the show called him Kiwi.
Because everyone called him Kiwi.
Flair called him Kiwi. Sanders called him Kiwi. Probably one of the announcers.
Somebody on commentary called him Kiwi. So Sanders is wrestling him at the pay-per-view.
To be fair, he did start as Kiwi, and then SNL said, we'll sue you because we also have a gay man who is named a fruit. Yeah.
Because kiwi and mango are the same thing.
Yeah.
So Saunders made the match of Kiwi versus like a mystery opponent, which turned out to be Goldberg.
Yeah.
Because he wants him to beat him up for the pay-per-view because he doesn't have to wrestle him, whatever.
Yeah. Is Sanders the cruiserweight
Sanders
champion?
Cruiserweight champion and the commissioner.
Very busy.
This match, Kelly, after we go off air, I'm going to show you the highlight of it.
Ooh.
Because Goldberg hit an awesome... Kiwi ran and did a second rope.
Bell rings.
Yeah, Kiwi jumps him.
Runs, does like the second rope 180 springboard inside the ring.
Yeah.
Upon returning from the springboard, Goldberg plows him so fucking hard with a spear. It's great.
Like, not only would the impact of getting speared hurt, but hitting the ground, like the mat.
Yeah, because he hit him in the air.
In the air. Oh. Like, and Kiwi's feet never touched the ground.
Yeah, we're like, oh, I bet that hurt.
Like, that was rough.
It looks so good, though.
So,
and then like a spinning jackhammer. It was great.
Yeah, match starts, spear, jackhammer, match over.
Yeah.
Flair comes out and says to Sanders, like, oh, I guess you're having a hard time differentiating between being a wrestler and a commissioner.
You're a wrestler now.
You're a wrestler now, so get in there. You're facing Goldberg. So Goldberg brings him in the ring, gives him a spear.
Falling pump handle slam.
Falling pump handle slam that looks really good.
Yeah.
Spear, jackhammer, match over.
Yep.
Those were the two best matches on the show.
Yes.
So there was that. What did I wrote? Oh, God. Next came Shane Douglas and Tori Wilson to do a promo where...
I just want to give a shout out to Elix Skipper's bitch-ass Chris Tucker voice. His voice is stupid.
His voice is really dumb. Tori did the promo, which is, noted talker Tori Wilson.
Noted promo expert Tori.
All she did was talk about how, because they were in Georgia... Georgia... Oh, sorry, before we get to that, how about running a Nitro in Georgia where all you do is have Goldberg squash cruiserweights? Like, you could have done anything with Goldberg because it's Georgia.
Nope.
And all you do is have him beat up two nobodies.
Yeah.
So Tori's whole promo was about, like, Georgia being inbred and white trash. And, like
her first line was lame.
Yeah.
And then she started doing a southern accent to make fun of them, which wasn't bad.
Yeah. But then she did say one funny line, which was, she pointed out all of the 16-year-old girls in the crowd with their babies, which is pretty funny.
Who brought their babies to the show.
But I said to Scott, like, I don't really think of Georgia as, like, the inbred state.
It's not the most.
It's still the South. But, like, I think of, like, Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana as, like, the inbred. Mississippi as, like, the inbred. Not really Georgia, but... you leave Tori to do what she wants to do because it's Tori Wilson.
Yeah.
This led to Buff Bagwell coming out to a match that Scott and I fast-forwarded because how many times this year have we seen Shane Douglas versus Buff Bagwell? Like 30 times?
My lord.
Yeah. And again, the match was absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Was there interference?
Yes. Cat.
Oh, yeah. Cat and Miss Jones and Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Which was shitty because Jarrett ran out to do interference and was going to try and knock Buff off the top, but Cat was obviously late for his run-in.
But was late.
So then there was just this awkward moment of Jarrett standing there holding Buff's tights, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then the Cat ran down and clobbered him. And then the Cat and Miss Jones danced afterwards.
Yeah. And Buff won, after all the bullshit, Buff won almost clean.
Almost.
Well, all he did was shove... Did he shove?
Oh, yeah.
Douglas into Tori.
Douglas ran at Buff Douglas.
But it was
Tori.
Like 1,000,
it looked terrible.
1,000 hit Tori.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah, Buff beat him.
Then finally, we get Scott Steiner to come out, which we were really hoping for a good Steiner promo. It was lackluster for sure. Yeah. He definitely seemed like he was unprepared and just like not really into it.
He did have one.
He had a prop and he had one good line, but the rest of it wasn't really. He came out with a box of tissues and pretended to cry.
For beating up Sting.
And the funny part was he was dabbing the tears away over
his
top of his sunglasses.
Which is a good bit.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then he definitely made reference to, like, if Booker keeps sticking his nose in his business or something, that he's gonna...
It's going to be Veni Vidi Vici, which is the wrong Latin, and said, I know that's not in your Ebonics handbook, which is pretty funny.
Fucking got him. So then Steiner stayed out to ringside.
I looked at the translation of Veni Vidi Vici. It was, I came, I saw Vici.
Which then prompted us. You said the person on Twitter.
Then I looked up other stuff. There's a YouTuber named Veni Vidi Vulpes, which is I came, I saw foxes.
But then we changed it.
I saw foxes. I came. Veni Vulpes. Vidi Vulpes Veni.
These Foxes are sluts.
Foxes are sluts.
Fucking sluts. So Steiner stayed at ringside for the main event, which was Luger Booker for the title, which Flair had said earlier, if Luger wins, then it'll be Luger versus Goldberg
for the
at
title
at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Like, the matches stay the same, it's just whoever has the title, that's the title.
Which, spoiler alert, didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
The match was...
I don't know, the match was Luger versus Booker T.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It said, like...
Picture it, you got it.
I just said, like, it's ridiculous how in shape Luger is at this point.
He is so jacked and so frail.
Cannot move.
He's made of glass.
Physically can't move.
Yeah.
Like, his muscles...
Every bump looks so painful.
It's like his joints have been calcified, and the muscles are holding his arms and legs in place.
Yeah.
You know, like, his elbows don't bend, his arms literally only go up about 45 degrees, and they go out about 45 degrees, and that's it.
Yeah. He's like an action figure with not a very good range of motion.
Yeah. So, like, the match was whatever, had a bunch of interference. Goldberg's out,
Steiner's out.
They tried to play the, like, Goldberg got in the ring to set up for a spear, but, like, was he going to spear Booker? But then Booker got out of the way and he speared Luger. So it's like, oh, who was he going to spear? Like, let's set up for a future Goldberg-Booker match that
Never
doesn't
happens.
happen. So the matches all stay the same for the pay-per-view, and, that was it.
I like how your notes for the last match are Luger versus Booker. That is your last note.
I just usually have just been writing down the matches so we remember, and then
that seems to work.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the actual like happenings of the match. Yeah, who gives a fuck?
So this will be the last Nitro podcast we do. Period. No.
With Kelly alive. We're killing Kelly
this is
later
the
tonight.
Last known footage of Kelly. This will be the last Nitro we do where we're ahead of Brian and Vinny doing Retro Nitros.
We started a year and a half before them.
1.5 years in front of them. They were doing mid 99
when we started.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we were a year ahead of them. They were doing mid 99. And as of the next episode we do, we will be behind them. So,
congratulations, guys! We did it.
We tried.
We went from 4 people doing this podcast with guests.
They weren't doing 98, were they? Am I crazy?
I don't think so.
A year behind would be 99.
So if
they would be doing 98.
Oh my god!
They would be halfway through 98.
So they were doing May 98 when we started in May 2017.
Well. That's what happens when you're...
holy fuck.
That's what happens when you're not really that invested in the thing you're doing halfway through.
Fuck. When I said 99, I'm like, wait, is it even more than that? Yeah, it is.
Are we installing ICQ or what?
Yeah, we're definitely look, things to do after the podcast. Install ICQ, show Kelly the Kiwi Spear.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mount Rushmore.
Did you have time to think about your Mount Rushmore, or were you just not even?
I was just listening.
So like, I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know if there's really guidelines to this, but I'm thinking like either like WWF, WCW. That's to me that's kind of because like there's tons of bad guys in like that have been in Japan in the history of the world, but it's not like people really paid attention to them. Like I think mainstream North America had a significant run or like amount of television time because like I'm thinking like Vladimir Kozlov. It's got to be up there, right? Or like Ludwig Borga. You
leave Tony Halme out of this.
I mean, he was pretty fucking bad.
He's a good man.
Or like Great Khali.
Great Khali is in the conversation.
Like
Junkyard Dog.
Wes Briscoe.
Wes Briscoe. Excellent.
Yeah.
Junkyard Dog was a terrible wrestler.
Here's the thing. I don't think I ever watched enough Junkyard Dog. But
yeah, he's like very charismatic.
Yeah, good character.
Never had a good match. Like Ric Flair couldn't have a good match with him. I think Ric Flair said the only people he couldn't have a good match with were Junkyard Dog and Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, Warrior's probably on that
list.
Yeah. Warrior for sure is
worth
probably
talking
on that
about.
List.
So the Mount Rushmore of wrestlers who should be dead but aren't. We sort of arrived at Jake Roberts, the Sandman, Scott Hall, and after today, Lex Luger.
Lex Luger. I think the other one that may be on that list too is Sabu.
Yeah. Sabu's a good one.
Yeah, but I think the ones we have, the only one I would maybe
Saturn.
Ooh, Perry Saturn.
Saturn's a good one too.
Perry Saturn. Yeah, I mean, considering all the things that have happened to him
he's
in
not
his
dead.
life.
I was like, Saturn's long dead.
No.
What are you talking about?
Saturn's alive. Yeah, I think Kelly's good on that one.
Yeah,
I would say,
Saturn's
like,
been having a bad time for like 10 years.
I would
right?
think maybe Saturn in instead of Sabu and Sandman. Because I feel like Sandman kind of slowed down.
But he was on heroin a lot.
But he slowed down in his later years, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like Sabu...
Like, Sandman should have died, like, at the
Like
height...
98.
At the yeah, exactly. At the
You know?
height of ECW.
But, like, from like, 2000 on, he didn't really, like... Nothing really happened to him that he could have been dying, you know? But, like... I mean, I think originally we had talked about Ric Flair, but only because of the plane crashes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Saturn was literally living on the streets...
Yeah.
Addicted to drugs, like fought some people, like saved somebody from getting raped and got
Shot in the neck.
Didn't know about it.
Didn't know about it, you know, like...
Was this a bullet?
Yeah, like, I think Saturn's definitely on that list.
Yeah, Saturn's not bad.
But, like, Jake Roberts should have overdosed a million times.
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall should have drunk himself to death many times.
What about X-Pac?
X-Pac,
Maybe.
yeah.
But I feel like if we're going to put one of them, like, Hall's way above...
Yeah.
If you're putting a
above
Click
Waltman,
member, it's
you know,
Hall.
like, way above Waltman.
X-Pac did rip his asshole open. So that's something.
So weird.
Yeah, he also did suck that clitty.
He did suck that clitty.
Like, pull that thumb back.
Oh, when I saw him do that, I got so upset.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, I mean, without a doubt, Jake Roberts and Scott Hall are both on that list for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I'm surprised the Big Show's still alive. Just because, I mean, everything that's ever happened to him.
Yeah.
And being, like, up and down in weight and being a giant.
Yeah.
Like,
If he had had a drug problem, then for sure.
yeah, he just had a food problem.
Yeah.
He's got a seafood problem.
He had a cupcake problem.
But I think for worst, I mean, I think Great Khali's on there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the man got pushed to the moon and he could barely move.
Yeah, he won the world title and couldn't move. That's something.
John Cena, I bake you.
Oh, cakegiant.com, I miss you.
But yeah, I'm trying to think, like...
Cake!
I think, like, Loch Ness.
Loch Ness.
Or, like, Zeus, maybe. Not, like, good Zeus, like, bad Zeus.
No, Good Zeus is awesome.
Like, Tiny Lister. Like, he fucking sucked.
But he's more of a special attraction. Right? Like, he only,
I guess
he only had a few matches.
He's in WCW, too.
But again, only, like, as a...
Z-Gangsta.
Yeah, what?
I guess, yeah, he maybe had, like, a
matches,
total
too.
of, what, like, 5 matches?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Could be wrong. What about the Honky Tonk Man?
Honky could be up there.
Everyone
Like-
keeps saying his Mid-South stuff's really good.
I feel like he was a good bumper when he wanted to be.
Yeah,
Like, he could sell well when he really wanted
like
to.
later years Honky,
Yeah.
among the worst. He's one of the worst live matches I ever saw.
Brutus Beefcake?
Beefcake. He's...
What about the Nasty Boys? They always suck.
I will fight for them because
Of Cactus Jack and Max
because-
Payne.
Oh, because, yeah.
just because of how much ridiculous shit they did.
Max Payne.
Like that bad brawl with Harlem Heat where they fought up into the food stands
Yeah, and
and they just kept
everyone
like
slipped.
wiping out and shit. Like that was so good.
Yeah, they're like...
But you're right though. Like they are pretty bad.
Their 1994 WCW saves them from being on the list.
Yeah.
If they didn't have that, they're probably on. Warrior is a good one. Who else?
Vladimir Kozlov.
Kozlov is real bad. Who else is just
Snitsky.
terrible?
Ooh, Eric Watts.
Oh,
Eric Watts, perfect.
Eric Watts.
Eric Watts is a perfect example. Yeah, he's a good one. Wes Briscoe was a really good one.
Yeah, was a good one.
Current
I feel...
AAA superstar, CMLL superstar, Big Daddy. In brackets, Yum Yum.
Big Daddy brackets Yum Yum is pretty bad. So is Michael Tarver.
So is Michael Tarver.
But
I feel this one...
CM Punk.
I mean, I don't like him, like, his personality,
Yeah.
but, like, wrestling-wise, he's very good.
Wrestling wise, he's very good in spite of himself.
Yeah.
Because he's wildly unathletic.
Yeah. But he's so
If you don't
skinny
believe
and
me,
thin
if you
that,
don't believe
like-
me, watch his elbow shroud.
But he's so skinny and thin that like he can get away with it,
Yeah.
you know? Like if he was a fat schlub, he
be bad.
He would be bad.
He'd be real
like
bad.
he's not the kind of guy that would be able to pull off like a Chris Hero or a Samoa Joe, where he's like fat but like
can work,
hella athletic. He's just like a skinny dude who can just get around by being kind of fast and like sloppy, whatever.
For this one, it's I mean, I don't know. The last half of his year, like he's been up and down, up and down. I guess maybe you could make a case for him is Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, Jeff's not really a good
wrestler.
wrestler.
Yeah, I don't think you can put him on a Mount Rushmore of all time bad. He's been in too many good matches.
We already mentioned his name, but legitimately, the Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman's a better wrestler.
And so is Sabu. But Sabu's more of a like... the sloppiness is part of his character.
Yeah.
But, like, watching that Sandman-Sabu match, like, Sandman was actively trying to make that match bad.
That match was really funny.
Can you believe that he was employed by WWE in 2005 and 6?
That was wild.
Like, that's bonkers.
It's crazy that he had a contract. But yeah, I think we mentioned that we're also rewatching the ECW pay-per-views, and we watched November to Remember '97 with the Sandman Sabu tables and ladders match.
Longest match.
It's so long. Seen. It's so bad.
I'm pretty sure the Sandman breaks his arm in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Because then they had a good one later at, I think, House Party 98, and I brought that to, like...
make up
for it, and Drew's like, no, I only want the bad one.
I only want the bad one. The bad one's the good one. I don't need to see them try and work. I need to see them try and hurt each other and themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care for that. But I feel like Sandman's, like, on that list for sure.
Yeah. Our next one's WrestlePalooza 98. I don't think it's that good, but then they're pretty good after that, pay-per-view wise.
I don't know. The first one had some really good stuff on it. Like
Barely Legal had good stuff.
Barely Legal had some entertaining
Then the other
stuff.
two 97 ones suck.
Yeah, they weren't that.
For the
Like,
most part.
I mean, other than we got some good, like, bumps and some good gross stuff.
Yeah.
The shows were bad. We also got the new name for our Telegram group from that, so.
Have we mentioned that?
No.
I don't think we have.
I forgot about the last ECW show. That god-awful Tanaka versus Doug Furnace
Oh,
match.
yeah.
Which on paper is great.
Yeah.
Masato Tanaka and Doug Furnace?
Yeah.
That's fucking good. It was trash.
Yeah.
And Doug Furnace's career was over in 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
And then he was dead 10 years later.
Yeah, which I did not know he was... Yeah, he was done in 98. That's crazy. I thought he made it to the 2000s. Nope.
But even, like, the RVD Scorpio...
And RVD Scorpio underachieved wildly too. Like, the two best matches on paper, neither was good.
Yeah.
So, hopefully that doesn't continue to be a trend. I don't think it does in a 99. In my head, the 99 pay-per-views are great.
In my mind, the 99 pay-per-views are very good.
Yeah.
There's lots of good
I
stuff.
really hope we're not disappointed.
There's like, Raven Dreamer versus Impact Players in that year, isn't it?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, and that one's really good. That pay-per-view, because I have that pay-per-view on DVD from Australia.
That might be
So it doesn't really work.
that doesn't play.
Yeah, because it's like Region 12.
Maybe that is 2000.
I think it's 2000.
Yeah.
The Raven Dreamer wouldn't have teamed until 2000. But yeah, because once you get into 99, you start getting like super crazy into Tajiri.
Kid Cash?
You get your Kid Cash.
Oh.
Kelly's boy.
What about...
Kelly fucking loves
Sorry.
Kid Cash.
Not to derail, we go back to...
You got a Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore. Virgil.
Yeah, Virgil. Nails.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nails.
But he wasn't really around...
Yeah, he wasn't around that long.
that long. I
Like,
mean,
he was a full-time wrestler for more than a year.
yeah, true.
I guess.
So,
Did you? We never watched that Nails.
We didn't.
El Gigante, was it El Gigante
I think so.
match?
Oh, I've heard about that one.
Yeah, we never
From New
watched
Japan.
it. From New Japan.
Yeah, which is insane. Like, why did that match happen
Oh.
in another country, no less?
It
Ooh,
was part of the G1.
giant.
But not
Was
they weren't. It was on a
Oh,
G1
it was-
show.
oh, okay, well-
They weren't in the tournament.
Yeah.
That would have been
That would have been nuts.
nails in the G1.
Giant Silva.
Silva, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I would even say Kurrigan.
I would say Kirby. Oh, ICP.
No,
No.
fuck you.
What?
Kill yourself. Kill yourself.
Maybe Shaggy, Violent J was sweet.
No, they were both sweet.
They're both sweet.
They were
You know
both
what? They're
fucking
both
sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we won't. I won't hear it. ICP are great.
ICP are fucking
I
awesome.
love unironically coming around on ICP in 2019. This is where I wanted to be.
I wish that Shaggy had won the fucking cruiserweight title.
Yes, I agree.
That would have been sick. I mean, I feel like this is a conversation that could go on for a very long time.
There's a lot of bad wrestlers out there.
Lots of bad wrestlers. But I mean, for sure, I think Great Khali
Yeah.
and Virgil.
I
think Virgil gets on there for his longevity.
I like Virgil on there.
Virgil was around from, like, what, 84, 5? Maybe?
Probably, yeah, maybe debuted. Like, he was like a regular from probably 88 on.
Until, like, what,
Until
2000?
Yeah, 2000.
So, like...
Or 99 at least.
His career was
He was on national TV for over 10 years.
That's disgusting.
Think about that.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And all the dumb names he had. And the fact that he's still trying to make a living off of...
Let's name them all. Virgil.
Curly Bill.
Vincent. Shane.
I
love that he was Vincent and Shane. That's really funny, actually. Respect, WCW.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm fucking starving.
How many wings is too many wings?
I don't know. I'm gonna get 40 and see what I can do.
I like that. It's cheap wings day, right?
I think
I will not pay full price.
I think most days are cheap wings days, but what do we got here? Curly Bill, Lucius Brown, Mike Jones, Shane,
Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones.
Soul Train Jones,
Soul Train Jones. I'm changing my name.
Vincent and Virgil.
I'm keeping my gear and changing my name to Soul Train Jones.
He debuted in WWF in 1986.
Okay.
And all the way through to 2000 in WCW.
Yeah.
So
that's really something. And like that's a classic case of what is Virgil's best match.
I mean, there isn't one.
Like, that's always a fun game to play with. Like, even an average wrestler is fun to play the game with. Like, because the classic is like the standard bearer for the game is what is Kane's best match.
Yeah.
Because like he's been around forever, and like what's a good match he was in? Like, I don't know. But
that is a fun game to play. I could not tell you what Kane's best match is.
Nobody knows. That's the thing.
Did he have like some kind of boiler room brawl with Foley that was good or something?
Mm.
Nobody
knows.
Couldn't tell you.
Nobody knows, and there's no way of knowing.
Well, there's one way of knowing.
The science isn't there.
We go back and watch every Kane match.
Drew, is that the next?
Starting with him and Randy Orton from WrestleMania that we didn't remember happened.
No, starting with Glenn Jacobs in PWFG doing shoot style.
Yeah. Versus Daisuke.
Versus Ikeda, yeah.
Kelly's all about that shit.
Kelly's in. Is that the next podcast? Every Kane match?
Every Kane match?
We do one podcast per Kane match.
Oh my god.
You know what that means, though? We have to sit through those Kane Snitsky matches again.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
we watched those.
Or that Isaac Yankem Bret Hart match where Jerry Lawler's above the ring and he gets the nosebleed. That's
right. You know, that was shoot, he bladed his nose.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think that's true. That's the thing I made up.
Yeah, you know what?
Hit the razor in his ear.
You shouldn't have said anything.
hit the razor in his ear and bladed his nose.
Shouldn't have said anything. You had me there. You blew it.
I'll have you later.
Good job, stupid.
I'll have you again.
Too late. I already had your cell phone charger.
I'll have you twice.
Twice, you say?
Yeah. I'm gonna close up shop on you.